From my lips to God's ears. That's right, it happened. Brian Crawford speaks, and the Lord listens. I speak, therefore it must come to pass, Jay. Why would you listen anywhere else? That's right, a big, big deal in the Pittsburgh media world. As Brian Crawford suggested, as Brian Crawford predicted last Thursday, on this very program, comic editorialist Rob Rogers is joining Charlie Deitch at Pittsburgh Current. That's right, his cartoons will be in syndication in the new Alt Monthly, which will hopefully soon be an Alt Weekly. Brian Crawford has guessed it correct.
That's
I
right.
predicted it.
You heard it here first, folks. You heard it here first.
From my lips to God's ears, it happens. Why would you listen anywhere else? What other podcast in the Pittsburgh area, what other radio show in the Pittsburgh market has such foresight, has such vision, can see into the future like I, Brian Crawford? There's no reason to listen anywhere else. This is the network. This is the show. This is River Talk. I'm Brian Crawford. That's Jaye Cooper. This is the Rivers Edge Radio Network at riversedgepgh.com, Pittsburgh's voice for local music. Truth seers. Am I a truth seer? Am I a truth sayer? Was Charlie Deitch listening to the opening monologue? Did he think, wow, Brian Crawford really knows what he's talking about? Maybe I should take him up on his advice.
Right.
What do you think it was, Jay? Is it just me seeing into the future, or do you think Charlie was listening to the show on his way into the interview and thought, wow, this guy really knows what he's talking about. This guy has it down pat. We need to listen to Brian Crawford because he is shaping the media future here in Pittsburgh. He is the voice of the future.
All the above.
All of the above.
I mean, seriously, I don't think there was ever a topic that you talked about on River Talk where you didn't know what you were talking about. In fact, there have been times where I see that you have more information than some of the people you interview.
Right. That's right.
Like,
See?
I mean, like they'd be shocked. They'd be like, man, this guy, he knows his shit.
I know my shit.
Yeah.
What can I say?
Yeah.
There's nowhere else to listen to. This is Pittsburgh's voice for local music with the best talk as well. Can you imagine, Jay, a 24-hour local music station with the best talk in Pittsburgh? And that's what we have right here. We have the best of everything.
I know. I've been telling everybody. That's why we got viewers now.
The River's Edge.
I want to say hi to Lori. Hi, Lori. And my friend. Oh, there's B. B. Tigney. What's happening? How y'all doing?
All of the
Cinnamon,
big shots.
One of our regular friends. Cinnamon.
One of our favorites here on the River's Edge.
Appreciate
that.
All
Obviously is a big story, but the only story that has really out-edged Brian Crawford predicting the future and being the truth sayer of Pittsburgh.
I know, right?
The only bigger story, and it is a much bigger story, is the unfortunate incident that happened in East Pittsburgh, where a young man was shot down by police officers. And there is new information regarding that shooting, the shooting of Antoine Rose. Allegedly, he had fired a weapon in a drive-by shooting minutes before he was shot down by police in East Pittsburgh. That's according to John Delano at KDKA. So my question is, does that change your mind out there and your view of this situation?
Oh, wow.
And
yeah, I would definitely like to hear people's views on this one.
And I want to know what your reaction is to the protesters who closed down East Pittsburgh. What are your thoughts on that situation? You can hit us up on Twitter at RiverTalkPGH. You can call us or you can text us rather at 412. Gonna give them my phone number accidentally. 412-407-2PGH. That's 412-407-2744. Or you can hit us up in the Facebook Live chat, as so many love to do, and we can do that for you as well. So, Jay, does this change your opinion on the situation and the protest? I personally, it doesn't change my opinion.
Yeah, not necessarily. It doesn't really change anything, regardless if he shot or not. The video footage showed that I couldn't really see that much. I wasn't sure if he was holding something, but regardless of the fact, he ran away, and they shot him in the back.
Yes.
So, case closed. I mean, I don't see, what else is there to talk about? I mean, he didn't point the gun at a cop. At least from the footage that I saw, I didn't see that.
Well, he was unarmed apparently whenever they found him dead.
So that means they could have chased him. They could have took him down. They could have tased him. They had batons. They have many different ways of using force without having to reach for the gun. The gun should be the last thing that you have to use. Seriously, I feel like That's my opinion anyway. I mean, if you feel like you're being threatened and they have a weapon or something, you know, I feel like you should match weapon to weapon with what they got. Like if they got a knife, I don't think you really need a gun for that. But I mean, depending on the size.
Well,
of the
my
knife.
question
But
is
he didn't have nothing though, and they should have just chased him down. That's what they should have done.
where are the tasers? And that's a question that I've been pondering since this situation occurred.
Yeah.
Everybody's so quick to pull out a gun.
Right.
If someone's running away from you and you really need to stop them, you can stop someone with a taser. You don't need
Yes, you could.
you don't need to gun them down.
And they shoot out pretty far too.
Where are the tasers in today's age? Why are they? Why
see
does
it
everyone?
on-
Why is everyone quick to jump to the gun? I guess is my question. When you have other options at your disposal, and if you
Right.
feel, and I can. So at first I thought, until I saw this news that broke today, I had thought that they didn't need to necessarily stop the kid.
Right.
They could have caught up with him or sent someone to intercept him.
Right.
If it's true that he was the shooter in a drive-by shooting, I can understand why they would need to stop him right away for fear that he may have a gun on him.
Right.
But he is running away from you,
Right.
and there are other options such as the taser. I don't
The
know
taser,
if this
the
officer was
baton.
hooked up with a taser, but I feel like every officer should have a taser.
Absolutely.
To
I
use.
see it all the time. I see the cops when I work out in Oakland. I see the cops going up and down the streets all the time, walking the beat. I see them. They have the taser gun. It's like on the right side, I think, of where the buckle is, like where they have their little utility belt. I think that's what they call it. And I see it there because you can see the yellow on the bottom part and everything. So I'm thinking, okay, that must be the taser one because it's like really big and stuff. And I rarely ever see them use it. Now where I work in a hospital, we have hospital security. They don't carry guns, although they do have the license to carry, but they have tasers though. I've yet to see them use it. I've yet to hear stories about them using it, but they do have it. They've been trained to use it, you know, but their situation is a little different from what we dealt with over there in East Pittsburgh. But yeah, but still, the gun should have been the last option.
I agree.
Seriously. Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the protesters taking to 376 Parkway East? So I have mixed feelings on that.
Yeah, me
And
too. Me too.
I was originally, I usually am always opposed to somebody blocking a highway because I feel in some ways it can be a little irresponsible because you're blocking access from emergency personnel to get to other
Exactly.
people who need help.
Right.
But I was listening to a lady at work today, and she brought up some interesting points, and she, in some ways, morphed my opinion on the subject. She said,
Okay.
by bringing national attention to the city and blocking a major highway like 376 for so many hours brings a lot of national attention to the city. And by bringing
Oh, it
national
definitely did
attention to the city, you force people in the county
Yeah.
and in East Pittsburgh to then act and make a statement, whereas if it was just getting local attention, they may be able to hush it up.
Yeah.
And that was an interesting point, and I thought, well, that does bring up a really good point.
Okay, I appreciate and respect the cause of what they did, being out there on 376. I believe it started. I think from what I heard on the news that they started around 5 or 6 p.m. But at the time, okay, like I'm getting ready to go to bed, work in the morning. I turn on the 10 o'clock news. They're still out there.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking to myself, okay, I do not want to, no disrespect to the protesters and the family of the victim. But how much is too much? You know what I mean? Like they were out there on the street. They proved their point. They was out there. But at the same time, they got to respect the fact that there's people who are, it's one of the busiest streets in the city. And
Sure.
for so many people are trying to come through there. You got, I mean, I saw it on the news. There was delivery trucks. They need to get to their destination. There's families that have kids in the back seat. They're trying to get home. There's people trying to get to work. There's people coming home from work. I mean, they understand the cause, and I'm sure they respected it, but at the same time, they want to go. And I respect the fact that, the police were rerouting them and that they didn't make the protesters disperse so that way, traffic can get through and stuff. I'm guessing that had to been a call from either the chief or from the mayor, which one of the two, that said, hey, just let them have it. Just let them do their protests and stuff because of I don't know if you saw that statement that the mayor made when the incident happened.
No, I did not.
Where he was talking about how it wasn't really it wasn't city police that did it. It was East Pittsburgh, like it was. And I'm thinking to myself, well, it doesn't really matter. It's in your area, you know.
Well, it's not in the mayor's area, I would say.
But it's close though. You know what I mean?
It's close to his area.
And for him to just say, okay, well, it's not on. I understand that, but at the same time, you know, he could have talked to the person, whoever was in charge.
Yeah.
And I didn't hear that person speak on it yet.
Yeah.
And, you know.
To the mayor, to be fair to the mayor, though, he has no jurisdiction over East Pittsburgh Police whatsoever.
Okay.
But
he could still talk to him,
He still could
right?
have. Yeah, I suppose.
Could have talked to him and say, hey, I think you need to make a statement. And
I think it's the responsibility of East Pittsburgh and their mayor to really make a statement. I think the mayor of Pittsburgh could certainly make a statement saying that he would like to see East Pittsburgh take action.
Yes,
but East Pittsburgh is a separate municipality, so I can definitely see where he would come out and say that, you know, he really can't do anything.
Right.
In regards, I feel like maybe Allegheny executive Rich Fitzgerald would be an appropriate person to come out with a statement because it is a municipality under his county.
Okay.
So I think that makes sense as well. But
I mean, because when you think about it, we had city people, we had Pittsburgh people
this is the problem
that went to the East Pittsburgh side, I guess.
Well, this is the problem when the mayor comes out with statements on every single thing in the world.
Yeah.
Because then people expect him to come out with a statement on every single thing in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, he makes comments about things going on in national and international politics that goes way beyond the scope of his power and influence. So I can understand why people would want him to speak about a local issue.
Yeah.
Because it is something that he can influence.
Yeah, absolutely. And I wish I had looked up to see who actually is in charge of East Pittsburgh. I didn't get a chance to.
Yeah, I don't know the name of the mayor.
I wish I knew the name of that because that would have been something. I would have loved to tweet at that person, or well, I'm sure someone did.
Yeah,
I'm sure thousands of people did. I mean, this is like you said. This went national. I mean, I saw it was on the Today Show.
Was it?
It was
wow.
on. It was on Good Morning.
So I don't watch any news.
Yeah,
so I didn't know.
That was like one of the first topics they talked about was on the Today Show. It's on Good Morning America. I'm like, oh God, this is huge. Like, yeah, something needs to be done.
Yeah,
something needs to be done.
If you want to give a thought, please feel free to
chime
tweet
in.
us. You could tweet me at River Talk PGH. You could tweet Jay at Coop Troop Comedy, or you could text us at 412-407-2PGH, 412-407-2744. We're actually going to take a quick break just for some logistical issues, and once we address those, we will be back, and we'll be back with Mulu, who's going to be performing at the Yinzfest 2018. Yinzfest 2018 happening right here at Mr. Small's Theater. A little bit later, we'll have Chandra Pillman in the studio. She's going to be talking about a fundraiser that she has for her new tour house, which is moving to Millville, which could really influence and help shape the music scene, the touring music scene here in Millville. So we're going to talk to her as well, and we're going to talk about why the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, why the governor of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania is asking for a state of emergency. He's asking for a state of emergency for the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and specifically for southwestern Pennsylvania. We'll get into all of that, Cooper's Corner, and the Hoodrat of the Week, and that's all coming up right here on River Talk on the River's Edge Radio Network at riversedgepgh.com.
Hey folks, it's Mike Sasson of The Mike Sasson Show. Me and Alex, my producer extraordinaire, looked at the landscape of internet radio and figured if we want to make it, we've got to work. At least an hour earlier. Now on at 9 a.m. every Tuesday on the River's Edge, a new kind of radio.
Welcome back to River Talk on the River's Edge Radio Network, Pittsburgh's voice for local music and proud sponsor of Yinzfest 2018. It's going to be on June 30th, next Saturday. Cannot wait, a week from tomorrow. Lots of good stuff. If you're interested in Yinzfest, be sure to listen to my Sunday night show, 7 p.m. We're going to be doing a special live broadcast from Studio Me, which is another recording studio in Pittsburgh, which does a lot of 360 videos for music. They do a lot of those with our friend PM Mirror, so we're going to do a little bit of a copycat and do the show with a 360 video. We'll have Standard Broadcast performing. They'll also be at Yinzfest, so be sure to tune in 7 p.m. on Sunday at riversedgepgh.com/live or right here on the Facebook Live page for your chance to win some Yinzfest tickets on air. We're here with Jaye Cooper. This is River Talk on the River's Edge Radio Network. And we're happy to have with us Mulu of MULUmusic, who's going to be performing at Yinzfest and performing today on air. Mulu, how are you today?
I'm pretty good, my man. How you doing?
I'm doing good, thank you. There we go. All right.
There we go.
So,
There we go. I can hear myself now.
you're going to be at Yinzfest 2018. This is the first one.
Yes.
What's it like to have been were you invited or did you ask to perform? How did that situation come
I
down?
was actually, there's a buddy of mine back home. His name is Tom. So shout out to Tom. He actually tagged me in the link there whenever they were first looking for artists. And he tags me in a lot of shows. And at first, I'm not even going to lie, I ignored it. And then he really got on me and was like, no, you need to go and check this out. So when I finally got to reach out to everybody, they were really cool about me being a rapper. And they were like, yeah, we'll check you out. And then they ended up really liking what I sent them. And now I'm on the lineup, which is pretty awesome. I've never been to Mr. Small, so.
From what I understand is you don't know what stage you're going to be performing at or anything, correct?
Yeah.
That all happens at the last minute?
Last minute, I'm pretty sure it's 4 hours before the show happens. They're gonna,
wow.
Yeah, they're going to drop the lineup. You know, we're just trying to get everybody to come out and see everybody and kind of build the scene a little bit more and just get the people to really enjoy some music maybe they never heard of. They might hear something that they like. You know what I mean?
Now, is that frustrating or is that exciting to not know where you're going to be performing?
It's a little bit of both. It's a little bit of both because I come from a small town and, you know, it's a trip to get people to come out. And so, like, they would like to know, but I like to challenge people to come out and, like I said, hear something different, feel the vibes of the music. Because there's stuff that, you know, I've heard things like going into it where I'm like, I might not like it. Mm-hmm. But then sitting at a show and sitting through people's sets and, like, listening to what they really work hard to put out there and end up enjoying some music. It's a cool way to network. It's a cool way to find some new bands, cool way to share music with other friends, make new fans for everybody.
You're coming all the way from Uniontown, is that correct?
Yes, Uniontown, Pennsylvania.
Wow.
Shout out to the hometown.
Man,
that is a drive. I haven't been to Uniontown. I used to go to California University of Pennsylvania, and I would go to Uniontown for shopping all of the time because they have a lot of different options there.
Yeah, and Aldi's up or something?
Yeah. Well, at the time, it was funny. I would go to Walmart. Well, the thing is out in California, there's two places you can go. You can either go to Uniontown or Bell Vernon. That's it. Everywhere else is unless I guess you could go to Washington as well. But there's nothing in the actual town of California. They had one grocery store that had closed down.
They got that Walmart that's like.
But they didn't back
out
then.
The way. Okay.
At the time when I went there was no Walmart. So it was for me, I always had to go to either Uniontown or Bell Vernon. And at the time.
Walmart saved the day.
Well, yeah, Walmart came through in the clutch. They said, we're going to roll back and get this money.
Right.
Well, at the time, they had a Super Kmart out there. Do they still have a Super Kmart in Uniontown?
Kmart's dead.
It's done? Yeah.
Kmart's dead. Like, I swear it's like worldwide.
Yeah, I don't even know where you can find a Kmart anymore.
There's a few.
We were actually in Lansing not that long ago, and I'm pretty sure we walked past the dead Kmart.
Yeah, it's
like
a shame.
All the signs and stuff are taken
just
down.
Ripped out.
But the building itself, you were like, this was definitely a Kmart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
has the familiar symptoms of a Kmart.
Bell Vernon, they still have one right now, but it's on its way out. They announced that they're closing it. I know the one in North Sales still has a Kmart. There's a few.
They're still standing strong. They're trying.
Give
they're
it
like
time.
The Blockbuster of
tell you what, if they lose Little Caesars, man, they in trouble.
Nobody's losing Little Caesars. Little Caesars too strong. That $5 struggle box, I'm taking it every time.
You got that right.
I'm taking it every time.
What was it I heard? They have like some sort of new pizza that's like everyone's saying it's so like bizarre because it's what is it? It's like
a bacon wrap pizza or something.
No, it's like
I had that one. That was delicious. Like they need to bring that back.
I don't know if I can handle
special awesome pizza or something. I don't know.
You talking about the extra most bestest?
Yeah.
Oh, they've been advertising that for the better part of the year now.
What is that?
It's I ain't trying to shit on Little Caesars, but I mean, it's supposed to be extra cheese and extra pepperoni on it. That's basically
it's supposed to be is the key
It's
word.
supposed to be, but it really doesn't.
We're on to you, Little Caesars.
Right. There really isn't that much extra cheese, and there ain't that much extra pepperoni on it, at least from the times I ordered from them. And I just said, you know what? I'm just going to stick with the $5 one.
I don't even know what one
$5
is.
box, bro. You'll never go wrong with
Dormont.
Dormont.
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
Dormont Village, West Liberty Avenue.
So tell me about your music. When did you start performing?
Oh man, that's I've been performing since I was younger, man. I grew up in a church and we used to do like the miming and the dancing and stuff like that. And then go ahead. You already know you was feeling that soul, bro.
Right.
But that was like I got used to being in front of people then, and then I did some talent shows, especially in like 8th grade. I did a lot of singing. I sang to a lot of girls. I was singing before I was rapping.
Okay.
So you was getting groupies way before the Lulu even came. Like,
We ain't gonna talk about that. We ain't gonna talk about.
oh, he got a lady. All right. Sorry.
No, but no,
My bad.
it was definitely back then. Big shout out to my cousin. If it wasn't for my cousin, I probably wouldn't even been performing. We used to rap Tribe Called Quest songs at family cookouts. And,
Oh, good stuff.
yeah, Tribe Called Quest is love, bro. That's that's in my heart forever. Rest in peace, Fife.
Yeah.
But that's what we started out rapping, and then eventually me and him started writing. He passed, unfortunately, and eventually I just picked it back up. So from like really started performing from like my freshman year in high school on to like today.
Okay. Because I was about to ask like, what your type of music,
Yeah.
your genre is kind of like, but you mentioned A Tribe Called Quest.
And that opens
so
up a little bit.
Yeah, you gave me an idea of what
I
you're.
love Tribe. I love Doom. I love Nas, obviously. J. Cole's Fire. Kendrick, obviously. That's cheat code
Okay,
stuff.
so you spitting some philosophical, sophisticated type of.
Yeah, we're trying to open up some minds and not like be so cliche and like weird. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
So what do you rap about?
my life, man. My life and things that I've like witnessed or growing up seeing, things I've seen in my family, things I've seen my friends go through, and I just try to make it palatable, you know what I mean? Not really too like in your face, but enough for you to be like, yeah, I get where I can see what he's putting down, you know what I mean?
All right.
So I try to. I'm not gonna say and act like I make the most intelligent music, but I try
Why
to make.
not?
I try to make
put that out
intelligent
there,
music.
man. You on here, man? You know, no.
Yeah, you know, I'm coming out. You know, the
put your-
album dropping next. Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
nah,
You know, drop that Breakfast Club shit. Like, my shit's fire, dog. Know what I'm saying? I spit fire
I
all day
spit
long.
hot fire. Name the 5 best rappers. Who are the 5 best rappers?
Mulu.
Because I spit hot fire. Nah, yeah. He got it. And we're trying to make good music. I'm working on a project. I'm working on a couple projects right now. Actually, we're sitting on one, working on a couple more.
What are they?
MXM, which stands for MULUXMO. That one we don't really have a date for, but it was 10 tracks. We're gonna cut it back down to 5 tracks because I have a lot more music that I want to get out. And I've been sitting on MXM for like a good year. And
There you
some
go.
change.
Just keep them wanting more.
Yeah.
Like that last Kanye album.
Try to give
Dude
him
just
a-
put like 7 songs out. I'm
7
like, what the
tracks,
hell is
but
this?
it was good. It was a good 7 tracks. They were solid. Not like the Ye was, cause my cousin he don't mess with the Ye one, but like I
Yeah,
try to tell him.
I
that
don't blame him.
Kids See Ghost was fire. The Nas album was fire. Pusha T's album was obviously fire.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
heard
your album is.
Yeah, so my album is next to be fire. Just gotta listen. We're dropping a single actually on the 29th, the day before Yinzfest. We're
right.
dropping it on Spotify. It's called The Next Episode. Produced by my buddy Mo the Natural.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, that means
Next
Yinzfest has to be a great opportunity for you because you're going to be able to release that information and then get it out to the general public right at Yinzfest and maybe reach an audience that you wouldn't necessarily be able to reach because you're getting in all different types of people at Yinzfest from all different types of backgrounds and musical interests and art interests as well. People who may come to just see the live paintings and things like that. So you really...
I'm
are in a
excited to
position
also see some live art. What's funny is actually most of the shows that I've really done, especially I've done a couple shows here around like at Mr. Roboto. I performed at the Smiling Moose years ago.
Love that spot.
It's a good comeback.
where I got my
it's one of
start.
those lovely spots. Wait, do you make music also?
No, I'm a comedian, bro.
Oh, I can tell, man. You got the jokes, and I like that. It makes it all good, bro. But yeah, actually, before I really started getting any hip hop shows, I was doing shows with a bunch of rock bands. Like the card would literally be rock band, me, rock band. So like I really like. I'm used to that crowd or that type of when people are coming to listen to that. And it's kind of a challenge. You're like, okay, you didn't come here to listen to hip hop, but I'm about to make you listen to some hip hop. And people end up realizing that they like hip hop because it's not, there's a difference between rap and hip hop. So we try to make that.
Sure.
I like stuff like that. You know, like when okay, now I'm about to go old school. Well, not too old school, but I'm going to go back about 10, 15 years back. When Jay-Z did that collaboration with Limp Bizkit. I think it was Limp Bizkit. It was
Bizkit collab?
It was it them? Linkin Park. That's it, Linkin Park. I knew it started with an L.
What?
Linkin Park, yeah. Well, that would have been cool too if they did Limp Bizkit too.
Limp Bizkit breaks stuff.
Yeah, Linkin Park. And I was thinking to myself, man, I don't want to hear that shit. I ain't trying to hear him with that
Then
groove,
it came in with that boom, 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 boom.
Yeah,
boom,
they tore it up, man.
Thank you. You fought that down.
Right. So that's gonna be you one day. Yeah. I can see you hitting it with a band or something.
I would love to have a band. It's really difficult to get on the same schedule as like 3 other people though. Where I'm from at least. I don't know about like being out here because I don't know too many people out here.
Okay.
It's like
give it time, you will.
Yinzfest is a lot of
because the music scene out here is insane.
Yeah,
ain't that right, Brian? It's
great. I would consider Uniontown area part of the Pittsburgh music scene because Pittsburgh's really the major metropolitan area that Uniontown still. Oh, here you are in the River's Edge. You're going to be in Yinzfest.
Yeah. If
you were out in Wheeling, I maybe you would still make the trip, but I feel like the further you get away from the city, the less likely you are to come in.
Wherever they need me, I'm coming.
Not you in particular, but in general. I would consider Uniontown still part of that Pittsburgh metropolitan area as far as like the music scene goes and things like that, because Pittsburgh's really the largest city. Uniontown, I think, is technically a city, but you know what I mean. Pittsburgh's a major
We're like
city.
a village.
But I think technically it's considered a city.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Uniontown, it's a neat little town. I remember
there's some cool spots in town, don't get me wrong. Like I like to make jokes about it being small town and village-like, but it's definitely, there's things to do. Like, we make things to do. There's not things to do, but we make things to do. We make it fun, and we try to bring the art side out of Uniontown a lot. And I mean, there's a lot of artists. There's a lot of talent from where I'm from that just needs to be heard. That's all.
What would you say about the Uniontown talent? Is there like a strong art scene that maybe is just kind of underground?
There's an art scene that's just trying to find itself right now, and we're all trying to find ourselves right now and trying to find our paths and find our way. But there's mad talent there. Everybody just gotta continue to be themselves and make the music that. Yeah, make music people want to hear, but make music that like really fills your soul up. You know what I mean? Like if you don't do that, and people are gonna see it if they're not authentic. And there's mad people out there, man. There's mad talent out there. You just gotta wait to see. That's all. They're coming.
Well, I'm excited to hear something from you. You have a song for us.
Yes.
Correct? You're gonna perform it live.
I'm at the edge of my seat.
Actually, it's the video's dropping for this on Monday.
Oh, really? So this is kind
of
like
dropping everything,
We're
man.
dropping
so this is a sneak peek. This is like a first listen. Have you performed this?
I've performed it at shows, yeah. But
shows?
like this is the first this song's been out for a while, and we finally just got some solid visuals behind it, and I can't wait to show everybody. Shout out to at Ryan K Visuals, Judge Vision, for the love. I appreciated that. It was good. We found a little abandoned building and we did some cool stuff. So you'll see that Monday.
Oh, I love stuff like that.
Yeah, abandoned buildings always make a cool little backdrop.
It does make it look very cool.
I'm just going to come in and break stuff.
All right, well, let's hear from you. This is MULUmusic here on River Talk on the River's Edge Radio Network. We're hearing a live performance. Is this the first time it's been on any kind of radio network?
Bro, you're the first radio network I've ever been involved
That's
with.
what I'm talking about.
So, thank you, River's Edge, for having your boy Mulu out. And Mulu, by the way, I did forget to mention, it stands for My Unique Life Unleashed.
Yes.
I like that.
Yes.
My Unique Life.
There's a funny story behind that, too.
All right, well, can we hear that before we hear your song?
Yeah.
The Mulu story?
Yeah.
Okay, if Mulu would not exist if it wasn't for Nuvo. So me and my cousin Macy were chilling. My family they went on a beer run. We're sitting in the kitchen, and she said something about Nuvo, and I'm like, what's Mulu? We just started laughing. It was stupid. So I told her, I was like, I'm gonna take that word, I'm gonna make it a word. I'm gonna make it be like the synonym of dope or something like that, like cool. Never stuck. Nobody said, oh, yo, that's Mulu. It don't even roll off the tongue right. I made a corny little song back then, like trying to like make it a word, still nothing. And then one time in school, I was just chilling in the back of class, and I made the acronym. I wrote it out, and I was like, we were in creative writing, and I think we were trying to make up acronyms. And I put Mulu down, and I made the little My Unique Life Unleashed.
Nice. Well, here it is, a song. What's the name of the song?
Stepchild, hip hop stepchild. Yeah.
Hip hop stepchild. Nice. I like that.
Hip hop stepchild, Mulu, River Talk on the River's Edge Radio Network. Pittsburgh's voice for local music right now here on the River's Edge.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Uniontown. The hometown love. Shout out to River's Edge. Yeah.
Lyrical revolution on the mic. Visions are liberated, fists raising when I write. The evils are lethal with slow turn of the knife. With these words we can heal, but with these words they rather kill. With these words I vow to seal. Bag them up and dump them like a Dexter Morgan kill. Hashtag no chill as the kids say. In the dojo, my city sensei. Show them how to wax tracks, they ask how to pay off. Speak insight and they scoff. These halfway crooks shook when I go off. Hard body on the track, but they really soft. This game's a rat race and I got a late start. My gate never opened, so I kicked it off its hinges and kept going. Lyrics flowing, projectile. Spitting acidic Britons, no reptile. Locked in my room, writing the thoughts of a hip-hop stepchild. We got another verse though, don't worry. We got another verse. Yeah. Like I said, video dropping Monday, man. Follow me on Instagram at MULUmusic. Yeah. Watching the toxins off a Newport chain smoke. Facing my pages till the day's broke. I check my Facebook about 4 or 5 times, but it's the same Tide dimes and the same niggas line. Grab the jeans, put time to transport. Tell my brother who cooks the kind of music you hear outside of the dance floor. My previous tracks were playful banner. A king needs an Oscar for the way that I've been playing banner. I master how to refuse the gamma. No matter how much I'm damaged, I still somehow manage to stand up. Putting the pain in these punchlines so y'all can feel it. Y'all lames finish. My flow is Bane meets Riddick. Was lost in the dark until my eyes adjusted. Now I'm peeping the flock in the same slaughterhouse as me. Praying to God, hoping that he sees me. MULUmusic growing like the trees be. Yeah. Yeah, man. I got another one.
Was that it? That was it?
No, that's the last verse.
Oh, okay. I was going to say. Hey, man, that was
MULUmusic.
That was
Yinzfest 2018.
You gonna be
Fantastic job. I will be there. I'm excited. I hope you're playing in the evening because that's when I will be there. I work till until 3:30 that day, so I'll be there right after work. So
you gonna be there?
I'm gonna try to make it,
bro. You gotta come out, man.
So
that
don't
way you
forget.
get to see the set.
All right.
Sunday at 7 p.m. Free ticket giveaway. River Talk here on the River's Edge Radio Network. You can watch the show at riversedgepgh.com/live or here on the River Talk page. Great job by Mulu. Thank you so much.
That was good stuff, man.
Thank you, guys.
Before you head
That's
out,
that hot fire I was talking about. And look at all these people. My man. Yeah, I ain't leaving you hanging. No, I was just like, I was just looking at the people who was doing shout outs to you and stuff, man. Like,
don't want to miss it. That's going to be June 30th, right here at Mr. Smalls, all throughout the venue. Downstairs in the Smalls Cafe, upstairs in the Funhouse, and of course in the theater stage as well. You can find more information out on the Yinzfest page, which you can find also in the event page, which you can find at River's Edge PGH on Facebook and by clicking the link at riversedgepgh.com right there on the homepage, because we're a proud sponsor of Yinzfest 2018, the media partner, I should say, for Yinzfest 2018. In a little bit, we've got Chandra. She's going to be joining us. Chandra Peelman, who is starting an interesting project called the Tour House in Millville, and that could potentially change the touring scene here in Pittsburgh. I saw John Ronaldo in the chat. He's a great guy who books a lot of national acts, so I'm sure he is listening with keen ears to that discussion as well. But right now, we have Cooper's Corner right here on the River's Edge. Jay, take it away.
Yeah, you know what? And I'm not going to do no song today. I'm just going to go right into it by asking you a question. Do you like Chinese food?
I do. I actually like Japanese food better, which is very taboo for the United States.
All right. How about you, Mulu? You like Chinese?
I'll tear some Chinese up.
Okay, now what if I
tear some up, bro.
Right? All right. Well, what if I told you that there was a restaurant that offered you a month of the buffet for only $19.
I say stop lying.
That's crazy, right?
That's a lie.
Well, no, actually, it was completely true. Not here in America, but in China, there was a restaurant, Southwest China. They went into business. They started an all-you-can-eat program where they were charging everyone $19. Well, it's in U.S. dollars. It's $19. It's 120 yen. I think that's how they call the money. So. They basically started the program. A lot of people jumped on board with that, of course. And within 2 weeks, the company went out of business.
Wow. Yeah, I can imagine. $20 for an entire month's worth of Chinese.
Right. So it was well, because they said it's a Sichuan place. So, okay. But this actually just happened. They were forced to close on the 12th of June. Experiencing a surge in popularity from the June 1st when the customers began using the discount offered by the membership card that said that they would pay only $19.
Wow.
And
you have to honor that once you...
It was a bold move to get people to come in, and the numbers came in by the hundreds.
I'm sure.
But unfortunately, that just wasn't enough to keep the business running. So, yeah. Shout out to I want to make sure I don't mess their name up. It's called Jianminir. It's a restaurant in Chengdu, in the Chengdu, Sichuan province of China. And
so this is the Chinese. This happened in China, then.
Yes, it happened in China. And
can you imagine if it happened in the United States? Because I feel like Chinese food is so popular here in the United States.
It is.
That they could run into an equal problem, maybe even a bigger problem here in the United States. Because a lot of times, when you travel abroad, like I would be interested to know, like in Japan, for example, if they had an American restaurant and they were giving you $20 all you could eat for a month, it would be sold out immediately. The place would be shut down. They would go bankrupt. American food is so popular in Japan, or American culture really is so popular in Japan. I could imagine that if Chinese food was on sale at that price here in the United States, it would be just as big of a deal.
Right. Oh, I would love to. I mean, because I am a Chinese buffet connoisseur. I have hit up almost every Chinese buffet in the Pittsburgh area. So, $19. I mean, it's what is it? What is it now? Technically, what, $15 to $17 to go to a buffet for just one person?
That depends on where you're at, really.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like $10 to $15.
Where's it 10? I never found a Chinese buffet.
Come on
for
down
$10.
to Uniontown, bro.
Well, all right, Uniontown it is. Okay, because in the Pittsburgh area, they jacking the prices up, man. It's crazy.
You got to make a trip, but you get your eats in.
All right, because I'm looking, and I really felt bad for this restaurant because its outgoings and its payments they had to make payments to other restaurants and shops to help divert the customer flow.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they're paying other restaurants now to take their customers.
Yeah.
That is a failure of epic proportions.
They
wasn't ready.
Right, they weren't
They
ready,
were not prepared for that.
which left them in a 500,000 yen, which in American is $78,000 in debt.
Wait, how much?
$78,000.
$78,000. Wow.
$78,000 in debt. So, yeah, that sucked. It was a good idea.
They were ambitious.
It was a horrible idea.
I mean, it was in the long run. Well, it wasn't even a long run. It was a short run, 2 weeks.
Yeah, of course. $20 for all you can eat for a month. Think about it.
Because if they gave me that, I would eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner there every day.
That's the thing. Imagine if you're a poor person. That could save your entire family. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. I can just imagine like all the dates I would have and stuff, like different girls and stuff. I'd be like, "You like Chinese?" That's basically how it would be for me.
We're getting it.
Right.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got the black card membership.
I like Italian. No, you don't. You like Chinese.
You like Chinese now for $20 for all you can eat for an entire month. I love Chinese. Chinese is my favorite food.
And just come up in there and just pull out my discount card, like,
slide it.
Bam. Yes. I'm here for the buffet, please.
All right.
And then as soon as I walk out of there, look at my chops and getting the toothpick and shit, I'll be like, I'll be back in the morning.
So Governor Wolf is looking to get emergency funding from the federal government to southwestern Pennsylvania. He's looking to try to help $22 million worth of damage from landslides within the Commonwealth, specifically here in Western Pennsylvania. He's asking Donald Trump, the president, to declare a state of emergency in southwestern Pennsylvania to try to help with the landslide situation. The money he's asking for is literally just for the landslides that are happening due to property damage.
Okay.
From the landslides, from the rain. We just had this massive rain. There's actually an event on Facebook, I think it's hilarious, where people are advocating in a Facebook event that we all move to Noah's Ark, the Noah's Ark in Kennywood, to save ourselves from the flooding. Because you know that some of these areas are undergoing major flooding, which is amazing actually that we're here in Millvale. The studio's here in Millvale. Now we're up on top of the hill, so maybe we would be safe, but the town of Millvale has not flooded. The South Hills, flooding. Other areas, flooding. Lots of flooding. Millvale, with a massive history of flooding, remains dry. There's literally a creek that runs.
I love the way you say that. Say that again.
A creek.
A creek
that runs.
That's the Yinzer jargon, man.
You know
under several. Nobody knows.
You mean creek?
Sure, creek,
yes.
whatever. Nobody knows. Anyways, there is a creek that runs underneath several stores in the Millville community.
Okay.
So, and we haven't flooded. But the South Hills, flooding.
Yeah,
out east, flooding. Everywhere's flooding. They're losing property, everything. So there are people advocating that we all move into.
No, I'm cool with I'm cool. I'm cool with my house.
You're cool with the house? You don't want to move into Noah's Ark?
No, I'm cool. I like my house. I got my Netflix and my Kodi and I got my comfortable leather couch with the rips on the armrest and everything. I'm cool. No.
Do you live on a hill? Yeah, you live up in
actually
Beachview.
we live in Beachview, which is one of the hilliest neighborhoods in Pittsburgh, and where we're at, it's like the bottom of the beginning of a cul-de-sac. Like it's like a little small area that comes in and come right back down. So we're at the bottom of it. So all that rain came down on us and flooded our garage.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So we spent hours.
I do worry about landslides.
Sweeping that up and stuff, and soaked up my damn game room, man.
Wow.
Yeah. So where I sit to watch my shows, watch my wrestling, the floor part soaked. I'm laying towels all over the place. It's ridiculous. It's going to take like a week before it dries up.
Wow.
I'm mad about that. And I saw the videos. Did you see the videos of those places that got hit? Like Banksville Road. Terrible. I mean, if you go down Banksville Road, if you know all those main streets that come down, like Crane, what's that other main street? Potomac, and what's another street? Come on, Stephanie, you're watching. Help me out here. What's the name of that other street off of Banksville?
Lots of streets are flooding in the South Hills, basically.
Streets.
Yeah, it's
Westfield,
a disaster.
that's it. Westfield.
The money that he's
they all came down there, flooded the area. I saw cars floating away. It was crazy.
The money he's looking to get in emergency aid would go towards those houses. I do worry about that here. Where I live, there's no chance I'll be flooded, but there is literally, I live kind of on a hill. The house behind me is actually on a hill above me, and there could easily be a landslide in my property with all of this rain. It's happened here in Millville. There were a few houses that were hit, and they're probably going to be demolished due to landslides. So it is a major issue. It's a worrisome issue here.
Yeah.
The governor is trying to get money to help the area out. This money would not be used for Route 30, though, because that money is already covered through the federal government because Route 30 is a federal highway. So the governor is looking to bring money in to help us out. The governor is trying to really load this area up with cash, which I really, really appreciate.
Yeah,
this area always gets screwed. Even under Corbett, we didn't get any goodies. It's not when Corbett ran and he won. I thought, well, at least we have a governor from southwestern Pennsylvania. At least we'll finally get the cash instead of the money grabbers in Philadelphia. But no. Corbett did nothing for us, and here Governor Wolf is trying to fix up our roads, as I talked about last week, and now he's trying to get us emergency aid.
He did not get scared asking for. Was that his shortest bid or was that his highest? I mean, $22 million. That's
$22 million is the number is the amount in damages estimated from the landslides in Pennsylvania. He's asking for federal aid.
He's just asking
to help
just for
with that. The letter says that the slides caused $20 million worth of damage in Allegheny County, and he's asking for help with that from the federal government.
Woo, the construction workers are going to make a lot of money if this goes through. Well, they're going to be working on it anyway, but yeah. So, yeah, hope he gets the money.
Yeah, I do too.
I really do.
It would be great for the area.
And if we can, refrain from getting any more rain in June,
that would be wonderful.
Or July. I mean,
or August. Just save the rain until the fall. Well, leave the good months dry.
Right, because it rained all May, You know, I'm having shows and stuff. I'm trying to do shows outside, man. And it's raining, there's thunderstorms. Got a show tomorrow. There's going to be rain and thunderstorm. I'm pissed off because, you know, we're trying to do outside shows and stuff.
Here's the thing.
I digress.
This is the only time of the year that I enjoy. This is the only good time of year, summer. All of the other months, they can all go away.
Mm-hmm.
Summer is the month. Therefore, let's make it dry. Save the rain for the bad times of year.
Yes.
And I'm so sick of people bitching and moaning about the heat. If you're bitching and moaning about the heat, I don't want to hear a damn peep out of you when it's snowing out.
Exactly.
This is the only season that counts. This is the only season that matters. The other seasons are rubbish.
Mm-hmm.
At least let me enjoy the 2 to 3 months out of the year that are mine.
You know what?
These are my months.
I do not mind when there was a couple of days, I think it was Monday or Tuesday, when it was really nice out. It was in the 70s. The wind was blowing. It was nice. I just don't like the mugginess. I don't like humidity.
I love it. I love it all.
Oh,
Bring
God.
it on.
No.
Bring it on.
My draws stick to me. I don't like that. I don't
Heat,
like
humidity, 90 degrees and up.
No.
I love it. This is my time of the year. Jay,
you don't get your hair braided, so you don't know what it's like.
You're gonna be
you
banned.
don't know what it's like.
You're gonna be banned from this program if you diss summer. I'm telling you,
I'm not
done.
dissing summer. I'm just dissing humidity, man.
It's wonderful.
I'm just dissing
all of it. It's like
humidity.
nature's giving you a big hug. That's what it is. Nature loves you.
It feels like
Jay.
nature has blown its hot breath on me. That's what it feels like.
Because it wants to be around you. It's behind you.
That's how it feels. And that's really disturbing to me.
Because it's just affectionate. It cares about you.
Okay, I'm going to remember that when we go to the bar one day, and I'm going to walk up behind you, and I'm going to say, hi, Brian. I'm going to do the hottest breath I can get. I'm going to do it right behind your ear, and just be like, hi, Summer. That's what I want to hear you say. I don't want to hear oh, dude, what are you doing? No.
I'm not as close with you as I am with Summer.
Okay.
We're good friends, but, Summer and I, we're like this. We're two peas in a pod.
Well, you know what? The sun is good to you. You got that good skin. You can get that nice tan and everything. Me, I got that all year tan, so it really doesn't matter. I get darker a little bit, and then hopefully by the fall, I go back to my natural tone. I have eczema. For most black people who know about that, and there's some white people, some people that have eczema too, but most of blacks though, we break out when the sun hits us and stuff. That's why we got to get that Neosporin and the Eucerin cream and all that shit, so that way we don't bump out, break out, all that stuff, man. So that's a real pain in the ass for me. I don't like too much sun on me and humidity. Like I said, my draws stick to me. I don't like that.
No.
But yeah, but I like summer too.
It's a good time of year.
Speaking of good things, if we get it.
Speaking of good things, we have good news on the horizon. News that could potentially change the music scene in Pittsburgh. At least from a touring perspective, bringing different acts into the city who may not have viewed Pittsburgh as a destination location. But we have one person here in studio, my good friend Chandra Peelman. She's been a favorite of this show. She's here in studio right now, and she's got news that could change Pittsburgh. Chandra, what do you have for us?
So I am looking to open up a tour house here in Pittsburgh.
And what is a tour house?
So the concept behind the tour house is whenever there are touring bands who play a local venue, as long as the house is open and available, they would be able to stay for either super, super cheap or ideally free.
Wow. Free. So they'd be possibly free. How does that work? Is that through like a sponsorship with a venue?
Yeah, I'm
or
intrigued.
Something like
You
that?
had me by the word free.
If Howie was here, he would say it's his second favorite word.
Favorite F word, yep.
So we're looking to pair up with sponsors, whether that's through venues, other promoters, area businesses, really trying to keep it local when it comes down to it. Also through patronships, so individuals who care about the industry, maybe don't have like quite the extra cash. Not that anyone really has the extra cash to throw around, but it's something that they believe in enough that they want to chip like $5 to $25 a month towards it. Just kind of helps keep the cost. The nice thing with the tour house as well is it's also going to serve as an affordable practice space for bands. So we're looking to rent it out between $15 and $20 an hour, depending on the number of people in your band. It's basically going to fit 3 to 4 band members at $5 a band member. for your practice space per hour.
Wait, $5 a band member for how? Like, explain that again.
For an hour.
Seems extremely affordable.
Yeah.
Right? Almost too good to be true.
Except it doesn't have to be too good to be true. The thing, so I've been working with a lot of different personalities here in Pittsburgh, a lot of different people who are involved and have been involved in music scenes, not only here in Pittsburgh, but also in places like LA, New York, down south as well. And so in LA, a $20 to $25 practice space is found on like every corner.
Really?
Yeah, you can like turn a street and there's a practice space.
How much do they usually run here in Pittsburgh?
A lot of bands that I've talked to, like they're renting out storage units, which I don't know.
I've heard, yes.
Yeah, if you've ever tried to rent out a storage unit, like first off, if you want to get heating and air conditioning, you can forget it. Or you can pay like $230 a month and split it between you and other bands.
That's expensive, and then you're also looking at some acoustic issues as well in a storage space. It's not set up acoustically for musical performances, right?
Nope, and I mean, the only plus side to doing a storage unit is hopefully there's another band down the storage lockers that's also practicing the same time that you can like, you hear them, but at the same time you hear them while you're practicing, like you hear another band playing, which if you've ever done music or you're a musician, you know that having someone else's beat in the background of your own, like, conflicting because it doesn't come in, and, like, you're sitting there like, I really wish you wouldn't. Like, I like your sound, but I wish you wouldn't.
Not now.
So it's going to be an affordable practice space, space for bands to stay. Also looking to, whenever there aren't bands staying there, utilize it as a space where we can hold, like, house show sort of deals or like small intimate venue sort of deals. It has parking. That's the beautiful thing. And since it is here in Millvale, and we are
free parking, I'm guessing.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Free
That's
parking
2
is
times.
always great.
2 times I heard free.
Free parking, stay for free, and I mean it's large enough to. I mean you could house your 7-person band there. But, you know, there's the space for it. You can fit pretty much anything short of a semi back in the parking area. So, I mean, don't give me, like, a huge tour bus.
Sure.
But, like, you got your van, you've got your truck, car, SUV, minivan, pulling your trailer. I can fit those back there. Private area, there's going to be cameras and everything, so you don't have to worry
great.
quite so much about your gear getting stolen. Or if it does, at least I have it on camera. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. We have a fundraiser coming up for it tomorrow. So.
And what time does that start, and what exactly is going on with that fundraiser?
So that fundraiser is going to be, it's going to start like 9:30, closer to 9:30
p.m.
P.m. Yes, down at the Smiling Moose in Southside, and it is going to have a full drum kit is going to be there.
Oh, wow.
There's going to be electric guitar, acoustic guitar, a bass if anyone feels like bringing theirs. There's going to be just like house music going on as well. Pretty much whatever you request we'll be able to play. Accepting donations, both monetary and of merch, because one of the things that we're going to be doing at the Tour House as well is helping to facilitate show swaps between local bands and touring bands.
All right.
So there'll be, we're going to have like a music library. We're going to take people's CDs and old school, like little white CD slip it with your contact information, and encourage that bands leave a CD, take a CD.
Oh, that's cool.
So
like almost like a music library, or like one of those book things that you have, like the library, mini libraries they have outside of churches and things like that, where you can grab a book and leave a book type of a deal.
Except with music. So
that's awesome. And you have a crowdfunding option going on now, is correct? Or you're going to in the future? The
crowdfunding will be in the future. Right now, through our website, and I guess ours is my website,
which is
sirenproductions412.com.
Fantastic.
sirenproductions412.com.
So people
Did y'all get that?
Pay attention to that for upcoming details and more information.
And there's a shirt fundraiser. So one of my friends, Hannah, designed shirts for us. Commonwealth Press is helping put those together, and helping, make sure that those are available for people at an affordable cost. we have that, the patron sign up, as well as sponsorship details if there are area businesses listening and think it's something they want to get involved with.
Awesome. That
Did your
sounds-
friend design that shirt?
No, this is a Jeff Rosenstock shirt.
Oh, okay.
But
I just got thrown off by the "Leave Me Alone." I love that, and it's an octopus with.
yeah,
What the hell is that on his?
He's holding like social media cell phones, and he's got a Netflix 2 headband on.
Oh God, I love it.
That's awesome. All right, so this Saturday, 9:30 p.m. at the Smiling Moose. Do not miss it. It's a great option right here in Millville. I feel like it could really change the music scene in a big way, because if people start viewing Pittsburgh as a destination, they're going to come tour here. That's going to create more opportunities for local bands to maybe reach a different audience than they wouldn't reach otherwise. And I've spoken with some musicians recently. Young Lungs was one of them, who mentioned how one time they were locked in a basement while on tour, and this would be a better option, clearly, than being locked in a basement. Having basically you're having your own accommodations in an actual house, which is comfortable with a bed, is so much better than sleeping on a slab of cement in a basement. So make Pittsburgh a destination by supporting the Tour House. And from what I've heard from different musicians touring who have toured throughout the country, that they have seen nothing like this before. So this is an original idea, and it could really help put Pittsburgh on the map in a different and unique way. So thanks, Chandra, for all of your efforts with that. And we will let you know more information as we get it here on River Talk, because we are Pittsburgh's premier radio show for music here in Pittsburgh. The It Show. As we said in the beginning of the show, only here we were the first ones. I was the only one in the media to come up with the idea, and whether I was just a truth seer, a future seer, a medium, the Pittsburgh medium, or I'm just so damn influential that I've changed the shape of media landscape. We do have that collaboration of Rob Rogers, whose cartoon will be in syndication on Pittsburgh's new alt monthly, soon to be
and you
alt
called
weekly.
it.
I called it, or I made it happen, one or the other. And we still want to hear your thoughts on that. Am I just somebody who's just so intuitive that I can predict the future of the landscape in Pittsburgh media, or am I just so influential that I made the change by merely speaking it?
I don't know. Maybe you have some future outlook on how Yinzfest is going to look.
I think it's going to look great.
All right.
And I think you should listen next Sunday for your chance to win tickets to Yinzfest. That's going to be 7 p.m. this Sunday at riversedgepgh.com/live or on the Facebook page right here at River Talk PGH. Thanks, Chandra. 9:30 this Saturday. That is tomorrow at the Smiling Moose. How much are tickets?
It's free.
It's free.
Oh,
All right.
my God.
So there you go. So there's no excuse not to
Not
show up.
again.
Yeah.
I can't take all this free stuff. Oh my
Howie's
God.
second favorite
You
word. We gotta get
guys-
Howie back in here.
Yes.
His head would be spinning. He would be going crazy
Yes,
with
he
all of
would.
these F words.
Yes, he would.
Here on
For free? Like, yeah, that's how he would stutter.
all those free words on River Talk. 9:30, Smiling Moose. Do not miss it. It's free, and you can definitely give a donation to support the Tour House. But right now, we've got the Hoodrat of the Week right here on the River's Edge.
That's right, Brian. Get that dance going. Raise the roof.
Look, we came, we saw, we died.
All right, what do we have, Jay?
We came,
What we have is another fool.
Another fool.
Yes, another fool. A guy who made it so easy to get caught. A bank robber in Columbus, Ohio, who got outsmarted by a bank teller. This happened, and it almost seems like old news, but it'll come into. It'll come into it like...
It'll make sense.
Yeah, it'll make sense a little bit later. This actually happened on June 4th in Columbus, Ohio, the Huntington Bank, and a man walked in. Thank you, Chandra. A man came in, and he gave the teller a note saying that he was armed, and he was demanding money. Now, the teller, he gave him a good stack of money, and the man asked for more. He wanted more money from the
More money than the teller had.
Right. Well, more money than the teller gave him. Like, he gave him a stack of money, and then he said that he wanted money from the electronic cash recycle machine in the lobby.
Okay.
And he said, well, he needed a driver's license to dispense the cash, and the bank robber gave it to him. He gave
him his license.
He gave him his freaking driver's license. So eventually, this license led to the police to finding this man, who his name is, they will not release his name right now, but he's a 51-year-old man, and he was arrested last week, this past Friday. He was arrested and charged with aggravated robbery and threatening with a deadly weapon. But of course, we don't know if there really was a weapon, though, because he just handed in a note. So
that he had a weapon, but that's still a threat.
It is still a threat. So I was wondering, can you actually get arrested for threatening to have a weapon and not have one?
Oh yeah, you can get arrested for making threats.
Oh
Absolutely.
Man, I hope you guys are paying attention to that.
Absolutely, you can get arrested for that.
So when people be putting their hands to their waist, talking about I'll shoot you, and you ain't got shit on your hip. See, all right, see. I didn't know that. So, yeah. So, I wish I knew the guy's name, because usually I like to have names when I give Hoodrat of the Week. But when I'm going to follow this story. And when I do find out, I will put it on the River Talk page, because this dude
You
definitely
said he searched multiple sources, too, and just could not find this guy's name.
I went on 4 different websites. 4 different websites. And I went to this one because it gave a little bit more information from the StarTribune.com. And... yeah, I mean, who the hell gives their license, though?
That's hilarious. I love it.
Oh my God, it just blows my mind. It blows my mind, the things that people do. You could tell he wasn't.
There was the police officer where they called the police to test the drugs.
That was last week's.
That was last week. Yeah, I feel like these guys must be related. These two have to be related some way or the other.
Maybe.
I mean, how could you both be so stupid?
Right? I just do not get it. Like, he was like, I can just imagine how that conversation went. I mean, they said that the bank teller was smart. Was he, though? Or did he just kind of just, you know?
He was definitely smart, because in a situation, he was very cool.
Was he smart, or was he just smarter? Because obviously this dude was...
smarter, but also in a situation like that where you're being threatened, your mind is racing a million ways. To be able to calm yourself down, to think through that process, I actually do think that's kind of impressive.
I never would have thought that...
somebody could be so stupid.
Yeah, seriously. You could tell this dude was not a skilled bank robber.
You could tell Jay doesn't drive.
Oh God, no.
Because if you drove in this city, you wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I mean, he could. Oh man, I mean, driver's with his name,
everything,
his
name,
picture,
address,
his address, everything, his height, weight. I mean, the whole description is on there. Oh my God!
I wonder if the machine was in the back room, because if it was in the back room, the teller could have just walked back there and scanned the license and made a copy of it, or scanned it right into the computer.
I wouldn't be surprised if he did that. Went to the copy machine and just got a good copy, gave him the card back, and
I wonder if the thief. Then called the corporate office's customer service desk to complain about the bad service from the teller. That would be great.
God. That would have been even more hilarious.
That would have been fantastic. I wouldn't be surprised if that were the case.
Oh, but he must have really went through some hard times. 51 years old, definitely was not the smartest knife in the drawer. It's just, oh my God, it's. You guys make it so easy for me. Like when we agreed to do weekly, and I was thinking to myself, man, it's going to be hard for me to come up with a Hoodrat of the week. No, it's not, because
not at all.
There are so many stupid people in the world, and I appreciate you, because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be able to have a Hoodrat of the week every week, right here
much more difficult
on the River's Edge River Talk with my man Brian Crawford.
So Jay, what do you have coming up this week? I know you got a busy week coming up.
Absolutely, this June has been like awesome, and it's been stacked. Yeah, tomorrow night, Howie D. Mack is hosting the second installment of the Laughs at the Landing comedy show.
Nice.
At Rocks Landing in McKees Rocks. It's going to be featuring me, Christina McNeese, A-Lo, Paige Pelesnik, and our headliner is One Eye, because and you've seen One Eye in action. Yeah, he's freaking hilarious. So be there for that. It's $7 in advance. I can give y'all the number. It's 412-875-5809 to get the $7 ticket, or it's 10 at the door. The show starts at 9 o'clock after the band is done performing, and that's tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, 9 p.m. And then we got the last Pittsburgh Improv Open Mic, the stand-up Pittsburgh Open Mic, because they're going to be shutting down in July to renovate for the next 3 months. So be there for that one also. That's going to be epic. That's this coming Wednesday at 8 o'clock at the Pittsburgh Improv at the Waterfront.
Lots of good stuff coming up. I will be back Sunday night. Don't forget, we're going to be giving away tickets for Yinzfest 2018. The first installment of Yinzfest, which we are a proud media sponsor of here at the River's Edge. To find more out about Yinzfest, just go to riversedgepgh.com. Right on the homepage, you can see the Yinzfest link and click that. Don't forget that we have a wonderful sponsor here at the River's Edge. It's Hahn Funeral Home, the only family-owned funeral home in Millville, known for the green burial. So don't forget to check them out when you're making your future plans.
I was waiting for you to mention them.
Go to Hahn Funeral Home. Yeah, right there. Very proud to have them as a sponsor here on River Talk. And then July 5th, big news here for the River's Edge. We haven't talked about it here on the program, but we do have a little video out there you can check out. We have John and Rachel of the Jagoff podcast, which is one of the biggest podcasts in Pittsburgh, one of the most well-known podcasts in Pittsburgh. When you ask about podcasting in Pittsburgh, the Jagoff podcast always comes up in every conversation, and pretty soon you'll be able to hear them Thursdays at 10 a.m. at riversedgepgh.com. Just click the live stream. Don't forget, you can also listen to it on TuneIn Radio, searching the River's Edge, or the local browse button here if you're in Pittsburgh. And you can also tell your Alexa to play the River's Edge station on TuneIn and listen on your smart home device.
That's big news, man.
That's great.
Hashtag winning.
Winning. So don't forget to stay tuned for the River's Edge as we have more updates and more information coming to you with changes to the network. We have several changes that will be coming up, including that Wednesday at 10 a.m. So lots of big stuff. Very proud to be involved with Yinzfest. That is Saturday the 30th. Do not miss that. And again, this Sunday, ticket giveaway, live performance by Standard Broadcast. Thank you so much to MULUmusic for coming in studio.
Yeah, shout out to Mulu,
Fantastic performance
Spin
there.
that hot fire, man.
Thank you guys for listening. All the way from Uniontown. Great stuff from him. Thanks to Chandra Peelman. For Jaye Cooper, I'm Brian Crawford. This has been River Talk on the River's Edge Radio Network at riversedgepgh.com, Pittsburgh's voice for local music.
Later, bitches.